Call the cops on me. On a mission to be champs since they let me free. Prepare for combat, my adversaries crumble. Face it, I got a reputation for damage. Busters get ready to rumble. They lock me in a cell, have me trapped in a living hell. Though not guilty, I'm still in jail. Brother, I serve my time like a soldier. Maintain composure. My shadow boxing the fight to the death, busting boulders. Every boxer with a pair of gloves. Best give up love. Here's a man from the makings of a thug. A lethal weapon, mind sharp. And in my heart, there's a wish to shake the world with the flurry of my black fist. Now once a high school dropout, now I'm the $1 million champ. Who's the next to get knocked out? Straight out of Brooklyn and worldwide.
What's going on, everybody? Another episode of CSBS Box Show. Angelo here with my boy JP. JP, what's up, man?
Nothing, man. Just watching these horrible basketball players.
That was a couple months ago. We were doing the same thing, watching some really bad basketball. That's what happens when you do it outside at a park. You get to see really less than mediocre basketball playing.
Technical foul on the dribble.
First things first, follow us on Twitter, Cheap Seats Box, iTunes, rate, review, and subscribe. You could be the next unofficial sponsor. Guys, you guys are lacking. You guys aren't doing it, man. Come on now. It's a Golovkin fight week. There's got to be people listening, right? So do it. Be the next unofficial sponsor. You can email us, cheapseatsboxing@gmail.com. Questions, comments, anything like that. You can find us on all the platforms, including
Zoom.
That's it.
And Walkman.
All right. This weekend, if I'm not mistaken, it was basically the Smokey weekend.
Smokey?
Yeah. Because there was a lot of people that got knocked the fuck out. Let's start. Well, I can't even say at the top because it was just the biggest fight, but it may have been the biggest knockout. It may not have been. I don't know. We hear a lot of different people, a lot of different things from different people. David Lemieux, KO3, Curtis Stevens, JP. What'd you think, man?
God damn. I knew Knockout was going to win that fight. That one just was short. That was short, sweet. That was a nice fight, though. You know, they started banging each other, and I think somewhere to 2-3, Stevens like, this motherfucker hit hard. Like, god damn. Like, he was backing Stevens up, like, you know, it wasn't going to be a trading war.
No.
Because after a while, it's like, Stevens was trying to swing for the fences, you know, but he kept being on the bad end of those exchanges. And then as soon as he backed up by that corner, Lemieux hit him with that fucking hammer of Thor, and they had to drag him back into the ring. Ref didn't even have to count. The ref, look, this shit's over. Like, really? He's not waking up people. You know, great fucking fight, though. Entertaining.
I think it was the perfect length of a fight, you know. 3 rounds, quick, in and out, a lot of action, bang, boom, done. I mean, I picked Lemieux. I thought it was going to be a little bit later. Stevens was not ready for the power, you know. Lemieux probably has the most power in the middleweight division. Single one-punch power. I think Lemieux has it. Because how many people does Golovkin one-punch KO? He really doesn't. Now, he's probably the hardest puncher out of everybody, but not one-punch knockout power. Like, maybe it's because he doesn't, you know, let's be honest, he doesn't wind up like Lemieux does and throw everything into it. He's more methodical, and he varies the type of punches and the speed, the strength of punches. He's doing more things. He's more cerebral with his power than Lemieux is. Just one of those. He's just a big, you know, big ogre. Like he's just swinging. You know.
He's fucking Mark McGuire.
Yeah.
He might strike out, but when he hits you, you know, he hits you. I mean, the crazy thing he makes me think about Triple G is like, you know what? Maybe Triple G hits so hard that people are like, I'm covering up. Lemieux, he's like, I know, you know, I could get him. I see some flaws. Think Triple G hits you so hard, you're like, I'm not going to open myself up for this shit again. But Lemieux will put you to sleep. But it also makes me think about Triple G's chin, because he hit Triple G flush a few times. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Curtis Stevens is still asleep. I mean, Stevens, I'm biased to Stevens. He's still asleep right now. He's like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't going to wake up till tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Golovkin just has one of those Chavez Senior type chins. It's just like that's why his combination of everything is so scary because it's like, well, where's the weakness? You know what I mean? Where is the weakness? What his feet aren't the fastest, but then he knows how to cut off the ring and use amazing footwork to get in a position and cut you off. So which we will get to here in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think you were right. Lemieux got him right away. He felt the power. He's like, I gotta try something different. You know, and he tried to box a little bit more in the second round, banged him a little bit, but it basically was just a matter of time. And then we knew this fight was going to be that way. This fight was just a matter of time. Somebody's getting knocked the fuck out, and it just happened to be Curtis Stevens. He was laid out perfectly, asleep too, with his eyes closed. You gotta love that.
NyQuil.
Definitely one of the contenders of KO of the year.
Hell yeah.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of them, man. This year's already been
better than last year.
Oh yeah, already now. If it ended right now, 2017 is probably already better than 2016. If it ended now, and we're not even a quarter of the way through the year. Yuriakis Gamboa, his return in a snooze fest, a 10-round snooze fest against Rene Alvarado. It just was what it was, man.
I mean, they got into their brawls every now and then. You know, is Gamboa as sharp as he used to be? Nah. He still got something, but it was exciting because of the brawls to me. You know, because they just started winging it a couple of times. Like, oh, fuck it. Look, this other shit is working. But crazy thing, he looks a little younger than he did the last time I saw him. I'm like, oh, okay, well, keep working out. But, you know, I guess this was a ring rust event. You know?
I guess I'll chalk it up to that. And I think this fight was at like 131 or something like that, which it wasn't even at 135. I think that was what I saw the weights were for the weigh-in. So if that's the case, that's a better move for him at 130 than 135. He's in fun fights, but he's gonna get
blasted.
Yeah, by the best at 135. You know, Lomachenko's at 130, but there's also Burchelt and Vargas and Salido and Miura, and so there's some fights to be had if they want to. I know Golden Boy can't be feeling good about their investment. Their new signing is like, ugh.
Yeah. When you put him in there with somebody that's a bigger dog.
Yeah.
We'll see, because, you know, he's always that exciting. Either he's going to be excited and knock you out, or he's going to get knocked out. Either way, it's an exciting manner. And, yeah, he's a bit of a front runner, so, yeah, we know. But he's still exciting.
Now, I will admit, I did not watch this fight because, as we know, the Showtime thing, I just don't have it. I didn't watch Clarissa Shields.
She whipped the shit out of her. Like, when you say, let me show you how. We're about to bring Shaq in here to play you third graders to show you how you dominate in the paint. That was pretty much this is a textbook on how you kick somebody's ass. I think the girl landed like 1 or 2 jabs, maybe about 4 or 5 power punches, and she got unloaded on. Now, Zapatos, she's got a fucking chin. Cause she was getting rocked. Pow, 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 pow. I'm coming. Pow, pow. Like, she don't remember her name today. But it was entertaining. Forgot the lady's first name. Mayor was in the crowd. So if they could make a catchweight fight, that might be entertaining.
I think Lucia Riker's still looking for that one fight, that one fight that she needs. You know who probably still isn't awake either is James Gordon Smith. He got knocked out in 6 by Joshua Greer Jr., the Night Pillow. Is that also maybe KO of the year? I don't know, man. I like the thing, but I don't like him getting the pillow when somebody's still laid out on the ground. I'm not real up on that because you just waiting to get your ass knocked the fuck out. And if I'm that opponent, I run over,
snatch the pillow,
and then pull his head up and tuck his ass in.
But you know what? You gotta knock him out first. I mean, the pillow is hilarious. Like I just, you, as Kevin Hart would say, you ready to go now? Like he came out with, I was like, come on, man. See, this is the entertainment we need. Yeah, is it a little bit? You know, do you want the guy to wake up?
Yeah. Let's make sure he's okay.
And no, you know, you got that's that to. I'ma dance right over you in the end zone. He's out. God damn it.
That's what somebody's going. That's what I'm saying. Somebody's going to to his ass on the star.
Hey, you know, it happens. But shit.
Also, maybe knock out of the year, right?
You know what? It's just the confidence. This is what I like about it. He has the confidence to bring the pillow to the ring. Like, I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out. Let me tell y'all something. I'm bringing the pillow for this motherfucker. Now, hold up. I'm rambling.
No,
I think
you're
it would be
good.
too.
You're good.
I think it would go too far if he would slide the pillow under their head. That would go too far. Like, I knew this motherfucker. Get some rest. You know, that would be too far.
How about another one? Romero Duno, KO2 over Christian Chimpa Gonzalez on Ring TV on Friday night. Chimpa, the up-and-comer. And Duno was a tough, and that's the thing is that Golden Boy just tends to put their guys in tough. I don't think they knew that it was going to be this tough. And then, but you know what? The good thing was about it is like, oh, well, hold on. Maybe they did find a star, and maybe it was Romero Duno. I mean, you got a Filipino fighter at 135. There's a division that keeps on getting stacked. But, I mean, he's what, 13-1, 12-1, 12 knockouts, something like that. One decision loss in 8 rounds. But if you guys saw it, he hurt Ciampa in the first round, knocked him down. He never truly recovered. And he just set his ass up, just like, okay, it's just a matter of time. Bang, knocks him out. They had to get the neck brace on him, put him on the stretcher. It was one step up above Stevens where they put him on the stretcher thing, but they put the neck brace on Ciampa. Like I said, it was the night of getting the knock the fuck out.
The crazy part about it was that was like a immaculately timed hook.
Mm-hmm.
Like the arm was just slightly coming down. He trying to throw, and from one angle you don't even see it. Another angle you like, damn, right on the chin, just whoop. Like, oh man, the same thing with Lemieux. Like, if you want from one angle, you're like, what the fuck just happened? Another angle, you're like, god damn.
Yeah, Stevens throws the wide hook.
Yeah,
Lemieux beats him to the punch with the short hook. Let me pause this shit real quick. Same idea, just smaller guys. It was like seamless. They didn't even know that I hit pause. You couldn't even hear nothing. Maybe you could. I don't know. I'll find out on playback.
Yeah, some horrible basketball screen.
That's still in the background, and it's not going anywhere because horrible basketball does not take time off. It just. You ever notice that the worse a basketball player is on the playground, the more energy they got, and they will never ever stop.
Ooh, that was, oh man. Listen, folks. It's like watching Dennis Rodman in a 3-point competition right now. Like, except, okay, they're 1 of 37.
Man, that was a swish, too. You guys are getting great play-by-play of 2-on-2 bad basketball. You know who else got knocked out? Anwar Salas. He fought Juan Francisco Estrada on BN Sports. I wish Juan Francisco Estrada would be fighting on the pay-per-view on the undercard this week because I would have loved to see him and Quadras go at it. Because these are the two guys who are vying for that rematch,
right.
I almost like the right for the rematch. That's what I would have liked to see. But Estrada was Estrada. I mean, he lost 0 minutes, 0 seconds of this fight, and then just finishes them off with and what it was, it looks in the if you would see the replay, it would look like he caught him with like maybe a picture you saw. It looked like he caught him with a liver shot with the left to the body. But what happened was he caught him with the right, and he started to go down, and then finished him off with the left as he's going down. He gave him Something you don't see, a 1-2 to the body like that.
A 2-piece, a biscuit, and a drink.
A 2-piece on the body. Well, Juan Francisco Estrada's back at 115. Like I said, I would have liked to see him in there against Cuadras, because if Cuadras and Chocolatito are lined up to fight each other, if they each win the fight this weekend, at 115, unless he's going to fight maybe Inoue, then I would love to see that. But I just, I just don't think he has a dance partner right now.
Well, I think they have their own lightweight Leonard, Hagler, Hearns, Duran scenario. Like with those fighters, with those four alone, you could pretty much everybody take a shot. I mean, Chocolatito is 2-0, so Inoue would be the trifecta. But I think as far as fans go, it really doesn't matter who you put in with who. It's like, yeah, this and honestly, they could have their own pay-per-view with their own little Final Four tournament. They really could. Like, the top two win, the bottom two fight, it's because Estrada could fuck a fight. If you don't think Estrada could fuck a fight, you're blind.
One of the best boxers today. You just ain't you just got to go search for him, because he weighs 112, 115 pounds.
That's why I said they should have their own little Final Four, because they need to. People are really missing out on good fighters. Good fighters.
There was one more fight this weekend that was worth note, and although it didn't rival Yoriokas Gamboa's return, it was very uneventful. And Demetrius Andrade going to Germany and getting the split decision over Jack Colkay. How they got to a split decision is very German of them, very German judges.
Hey.
But he deserved to win. But I mean, he looked. This fool is barking on the basketball court. Oh, I'm sorry, it's just cracking up. But Andrade was he was just like, it looked like the ring rust was really in effect. Like, it looked like his many long layoffs is catching up to him. He didn't seem as sharp. He didn't seem to have the snap on him. He didn't seem to be as fluid moving. You know what I mean? It was very
uneventful way to win a title.
Yeah, but it was very. I'm looking for the word for it. It was very methodical. Like, I'm gonna do just enough to not put myself in danger, to make sure that I go ahead and get this victory, and maybe I move on and look spectacular in my next fight. Which, if he fights the champion in the WBA, because he has the regular belt now, that's Erislandy Lara. Good luck with that, because if you fight like you did on Saturday, not only that, we're both going to get put to sleep, all of us, and not by a knockout, by 12 rounds of uneventful boxing. Look, we want to see the guy who was in there against Willie Monroe. That's who we want to see. We want to see that kind of fighter. Andrade at his best is maybe the best fighter, the best all-around fighter at 154. But when he's like this, at his worst, after long layoffs and so much inactivity, you're not looking like oh, I can't wait to see the next Andrade fight.
He's a better skill version of Felix Verdejo. Well, some people see the greatness, other people like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But I will say congratulations on the win, but I mean, on one part of it, it's like, you did what it took to win, so you can't, that can't be discounted, discredited. You're a champion. Can't be discounted. The thing is, be careful, like, sometimes you want to win in spectacular fashion, even though sometimes you can't, sometimes you can, But if you win a title in that way, it kind of leaves too much room for, he's beatable. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, now that you got to actually defend, people are looking at, hey, he beatable. He could have an off night. That's how he is. He's not, and that's where the confidence of other fighters creeps in, because that's the one thing you try not to give other fighters is confidence to think that they got a shot. And is he highly skilled? Absolutely. But those lows will be like, I can beat him. I can beat him. Like, who knows? He might just get in the ring. I might rough him up a little bit, and he just might go off in la la land. You know. So, like I said, congratulations, but watch your back.
This weekend we know the pay-per-view, Triple G. Jacobs is the big one, but there's gonna be a fun fight, I think, on Bounce. Get your antennas out, people. Bounce TV has got the boxing this weekend. I think it's Friday.
Saints and Sinners.
Travis Kaufman versus Amir Mansour.
Ooh.
It's going to be a fun, good fight for what it is. It's lower level heavyweights, but I think that Mansour can't do anything but just go all out. That's just his style, and Kaufman, even though he lost he had that controversial loss. It was a draw against Chris Arreola. He showed that he may have something there, and if he continues to build off that win that was a draw against Arreola, that was before the Wilder fight. I think that was before the Wilder fight. Because anybody who can box a little bit and bang, can mix up the both, are going to be trouble for Amir Mansour. And Mansour's got, what is he, like 45, 43, 44, 45, something like that. Now he's getting old, man.
These young boys ain't ready though. Like the Kaufman can box and bang a little bit, but let's be honest. If Amir catch him, he's going to sleep. So, one of them wild, weighted hooks, you know what I'm saying? Just like, watch it, man. But we said this before. Now it's those, not top tier, but that lower tier fighters. They're putting on the most exciting fights right now. So, could this be a continuation of knockout last week? Hell yeah. Either way, actually, because Kaufman could box Mansour into a stupor and then crack him one good time, and that'd be it, because they are heavyweights. That's the one shot business right there. So it's worth watching. It's worth watching on Bounce and Saints and Sinners. I saw it on Facebook. I didn't know they was ahead of the show. I don't even watch TV like that.
See, this is how uneventful the fight was. I was like, let me look at it real quick. He lost the split decision to Chris Arreola, but it got changed to a no contest after Arreola failed a drug test, which had to have been for Crisco or something like that, some kind of grease, because there's no way he failed for anything that was performance enhancing.
HGH in the chicken.
Is that what it was? Yeah, let me tell you something. People ain't ordering the chicken at the taco truck.
Okay, well, HGH and
but the big card, of course, is the pay-per-view card. Triple G versus Danny Jacobs. Who you got, man? How you got it? Well, let's go. Let's start here. What advantages do you see that Jacobs has over Golovkin?
Size would be one.
Mm-hmm.
I would say length, but the problem with that is I think they both gonna fight in the same pretty much wheelhouse. So I don't see Jacobs using his length in the fight. I think Jacobs will have an advantage because he does have more power than people give him credit for. But a disadvantage is he's fighting Triple G, and that chin is, hey. But he got his killer instinct keeps him in the game. Tactically, honestly, I would take all that power punching to the body in the first 4 rounds. You go Go for those headshots, but I would take all that power punching to the body. That way, he don't knock your ass out later, you know. But honestly, I see Triple G with all the advantages, you know, because I think he's just a better boxer. Would I be surprised about upset? Yeah, kind of. You know, is it possible? Yeah, it's possible though. You know, because remember he knocked the shit out of Quillen, so I can't overlook that.
Yeah.
He hit him so hard he jumped.
The thing is, with the Quillen fight, I think it was the same kind of rumors with that as it was with Chad Dawson leading up to that, his fight with Andre Ward, where there was rumors like trouble making weight, knocked down, knocked out in sparring. So maybe that had something to do with it. He does have power. I think the best bet is this fight is not going the distance. Triple G has not won the distance since 2009, I think. And Danny Jacobs hasn't went the distance since 2010. And maybe it might be 9-8. It might be actually 9-8. I mean, it's been that long since none of them have went the distance actually in this decade. And we're already in 2017.
Don't jinx this.
No, none of their either one of their fights has not went the distance in this decade. Now, as far as his advantages, size is definitely one of his advantages. He is a naturally bigger guy. The 30-day weigh-in, the 7-day weigh-in would tell you that, yes, he's the bigger guy. I mean, Triple G was at like 165 30 days out.
And he was at 174?
Yeah,
like
and 162 7 days out, and I think Danny Jacobs was still at like 168. So he's naturally the bigger guy. He's probably the faster guy. Hands and feet. The problem is I think his feet obviously aren't nearly as good as Triple G's feet. He has some of the best footwork. He gets himself in really good position. Really never gets himself out of position. Can cut the ring off. Probably better than anybody going today. So even though Jacobs is faster, I just don't, in the foot speed part of it, I don't think it's going to play much of a factor. In the hand speed thing, here's one thing you can say. Danny Jacobs is definitely not the fastest guy that Triple G's ever fought, because that would be Kell Brook.
Right.
Now, speed and power-wise, the combination of both, I think Danny Jacobs might be the strongest. That combination of speed and power is probably the best that Golovkin's faced. Probably, I would still lean Lemieux as most power, just one-shot power. Yeah. I still would. So those are his advantages. And I think those are his only advantages. Yes. Everything else just leans to Golovkin. He's a better boxer. He throws better combinations. He's better in the assortment of punches. He's better in how many ways he can beat you. Because he literally could go, like a lot of people are saying, the David Lemieux route, where he just jab him death. I mean, he literally can win a fight and set up a knockout on a jab. He can just box you and knock you out. Or he can just bang you like he did Curtis Stevens, or like he did even Kell Brook. Like, because that's the thing. If he feels people are talking about the key is, once Golovkin hits him with a nice stiff jab or a nice stiff shot, what's Jacobs' reaction going to be? But better question is, if Jacobs catches him flush with one of his best shots, what's Golovkin's reaction going to be? Because if Golovkin's reaction is, it didn't really affect me at all, and I'm willing to take your punch, you have lost now any little chance that you have of winning this fight. I think looking for a Danny Jacobs win is kind of try and talk yourself into it, because nothing on paper says he really has a chance to win. If they fought 10 times, I don't even know if Jacobs would win one. It's that, to me, maybe one. Maybe he's got a 10% chance.
And that's the thing. Like, I remember one of the first times you got surprised when I picked Matisse over Peterson. And, the classic styles make fights. I don't see Jacob's style beating Golovkin's style. that's just flat out problem because um, I don't see Jacobs using his boxing ability and being tactical like I see Golovkin doing it, and that's the problem. Like I don't when I think of okay, would Jacobs use his length to jab at the body? I don't see Jacobs doing that. Will he use his feet to he can use his feet to get out of getting cornered. He can do that. But will he use his feet to set power body shots up? I don't see him doing that. I see him being a headhunter. And it's like because there's no surprise in that, like I don't know how that's gonna work. And I see Golovkin being a fight that's like, yeah, I'm gonna hit you. I'm a headhunter, but I'm a body hunter too.
Mm-hmm.
So those two styles don't mesh well when they fight each other. Can Jake and the chin part is like Jacobs got a mean punch, but do I see him knocking out Golovkin? No. The only one thing I give them both evenly and equally is they know how to smell blood in the water. Whoever gets hurt first, because they're both men regardless, whoever gets hurt first, they're going to get blitzkrieged. I think Triple G's a little bit more patient when he knows you hurt. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna break you down some more. I'm gonna end this methodically. Jacob's like, oh, he hurt, got to get his ass out of here.
And I think that could really be his downfall. Because if Golovkin feels the power and doesn't respect it fully, like, I can take this shot, and allows himself to get hit a couple times, because he kind of does just say, you know what, I'll go ahead and eat a couple shots. Because if he does that and Jacobs thinks, oh, I got him because I landed a good stiff combination on him and goes in, the one thing Jacobs does is, because he is impatient, he leaves himself wide ass open for counter shots. Is that not how he got knocked down against Moore in their first fight?
Yeah.
I mean, and you're going to tell me that, Golovkin would set it up even better and would be even more accurate, I think.
Bring the pillow.
Yeah, Greer, get your night pillow. You might be needing it. Jacobs, his key is he's got to get. He doesn't have to hurt Golovkin, but he has to get his respect. He has to get his respect, power-wise, because if he can do that, then you can. He should jab to the body. He should go low to high. He should mix it up. He shouldn't just go head hunting. He needs to fight from different angles. He needs to punch from different angles. He needs to. Hold on a second, one more time. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, he needs to vary up. I think he needs to vary his attack. He has to vary his attack. The angles they were saying, the speed of his punches, the variations of jabs to the body, to hooks to the body. He's got to establish both. He can't be in one mind frame, and he really can't try to just implement one game plan. He needs to have several on backup, because Triple G's that kind of fighter that he's probably like you always say, you lean on somebody's amateur pedigree, and his amateur pedigree is
he's seen it.
It's amazing, right? I mean, it really is. It's world class.
Yeah.
So he has seen it all. There's not much you're going to show him that he hasn't seen. So you better come with multiple game plans, because if you come with one, he's going to be able to figure out and know exactly how to take advantage of it and just slowly pick you apart and break you down. Or who knows? Hey, he could just knock his ass out right away. Who knows? Hopefully, I really hope that Jacob's chin stands up and he can take at least good shots for a while, because if his chin is suspect, like some people think, then this fight's probably not going to last that long. It's not. But I just have a hard time finding a way that Jacobs actually pulls this fight off, because I don't think he can knock him out, and honestly, I don't think he can outbox him.
That's the thing. Like, the one theory that's up in the air is your theory of if you're gonna get hit the hardest. Well, Jacobs know this probably gonna be the hardest he's gonna get hit. I think that's partially the reason for the weight. So a little bit more weight, maybe be able to take more of the shot. But that's if Golovkin's already known for hurting and knocking down bigger guys that size, it's kind of like a moot point. But maybe it's a game plan. Hey, I think you're right. It's just a game plan. I just don't see Jacobs having, or I haven't seen him implement the type of game plan it would take to beat Triple G. Other fighters, I can see it happen. Triple G, I don't see the variant attack. I don't see him playing chess with Triple G. I don't see him saying, okay, I'm setting you up. Oh, okay. You don't know what I'm doing right now. Oh, you caught on to it. Look, switch, plan B. Now see if you're going to catch on to this one. Like, that's a way to buy time, stack rounds, frustrate your opponent, and then force them to have to fight your fight. That's, I think, the ultimate issue. Not that I'm speaking about it, I'm saying it is, I know what a Triple G fight is. I don't necessarily know what a Danny Jacobs fight is. Look, hella will, hella power. He very much an overcomer, very much so a winner, but I don't know his style of fight, which in some ways might work in his favor because Triple G don't know his style either. Because I can't, it's not something you can necessarily predict. You know it ain't gonna be boxing though.
How do you see it going? We obviously are both picking Triple
6.
G. You think he's gonna give him a 6?
Yeah, because I think the fact that Jacobs is not close to the weight right now, that little extra cut and that rehydration, I think he gonna be spent in about 4, because Triple G is gonna be a body puncher. That's just what he does. Like, people don't give him enough credit for that, but he will corner you just to get a good shot at the body. So I think he's just gonna wear him down.
I think I keep on going down in rounds in my head. I started at 10, I was down to 9. I'm like, I'm going to say 7. I'm going to go one round more. I think Jacobs is going to really come out strong. Those first 2 rounds, he's going to come out like a buzzsaw. And I think that first round, I think he's probably going to come out almost like he did against Quillen, and just like a buzzsaw, man. Just go up, go for it. And if he is struggling to make weight, because he doesn't fight very often, that weight cut has got to be strenuous because he's a big dude anyway. So if that's the case and he's having trouble, he's like, I got 5 rounds to get this shit done. Like you said, 4 rounds. He's going to come out strong. I think he's going to win the first round. I think he could win the second round and a closer round. But I think halfway through that second round, you're really going to start to see, all right, here it comes. And slowly, Golovkin just wins rounds, gets him to the body, maybe stuns him. He's very patient. He could have went crazy and just unloaded against Kell Brook right away. He's like, I don't need to. Now, they did bang in like the 3rd round, but he was picking them apart. But like you said, they're both closers, man. They smell blood, they go in for the kill. And whenever that moment is that Golovkin's like, now's the time. He's going to go in and finish it. I think he's going to have him down in 4. He'll probably have him down in 6 and start wearing him out, and then they'll stop it in the 7th, man. That's just the way I see it.
I need one caveat, though. Canelo, don't go to the fucking fight. Don't go to the fucking fight. Because we all know you got a history of fucking this up by showing up. Okay? Don't go to the fight. Don't be via anywhere. I don't want a camera on your ass. Because every time you do this type of shit, Canelo's front row, oh, it's over. And now if I see Canelo in the fight, I'm telling you right, I'm changing my fucking mind.
So I think we went right exactly as everybody thought. The undercard, Carlos Cuadras is on it against David Carmona. He wins that fight. He gets the Chocolatito rematch. If Chocolatito wins against Sir Surek Rungvisai. Some say.
Nice fighter. Nice fighter. Like I gotta give him props, man. I'll find the best motherfuckers I can find. He's a nice fighter.
And that's the thing is people don't know the name, so they're like, who is it? And honestly, if you look at his last year's competition, yeah, he ain't fought shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, you go back to the Quadras fight 3 years ago, a lot of people thought he won that fight. It was stopped early, I think, on a cut. They got the technical decision. Quadras did, but that fight was in Mexico. So, you know, hey, little home cooking. That was a really close fight. You could have won either way. And if people think Quadras gave him fits, well, if those guys are pretty similarly matched, you would imagine Rungvisai is going to give him fits, and he's a Thai fighter. And Thai fighters are fucking crazy, and they're going to give you everything they got. And good luck getting them out of there. You're going to have to literally kill them to get them out of that ring. That's their mentality. So people can say, "Oh, he dodged a Quadras rematch." This is his mandatory, and he's a tough ass fighter. I was talking to Vince Cummings from Tail of the Tape. I was like, you know what he should do? He should just go baller, right? Rungvisai says, "Fuck it, let's go Quadras, Estrada, Inoue."
Damn.
Go up 18, get a soft title and retire 51-0. Just say fuck it. Just go do that all within this next year. He can do 5 fights in the next 2 years. By the end of 18, done. Out. 31 years old, out. 51-0. And that's a baller move, man. Just go run that gamut, right? If he does this Estrada rematch, Quadras rematch, Inoue, and then goes up 18, gets a soft title. And look, if he's going to go up to 18, you know he's got to get some feather-fisted champion. He has to.
Ooh, you know what? Nah, because if he does that, then they're gonna be clamoring for. You know what? Can he really do it again? You know, can he really be the man? Was he really that good? Man, if he does that, I would salute the shit out of him, honestly. But then I'm gonna turn into the American hater. Why, he's too young to retire. He's got so much ahead of him. He went out like a boss. I don't want to see you go out like a boss. I want to see you lose. But if he did that, hey man, say what you want. You gotta tip your hat, salute. Hey, what a great ass run on the way out.
You ain't lying. He could fight the Inoue fight on the next. He could fight Quadras later on this year. Estrada at the end of the year, like in December. Fight in May on the Triple G Canelo undercard against Inoue, and then just say, fuck it, I'm going one more and I'm out. Or he could just say, fuck it, 50-0, I'm done. 50-0, I'm done running that gamut. You know, you go Inoue at the end.
Inoue, who? Ending with a monster?
Yeah, monster.
And
don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on this fight. I mean, this fight's going to be a tough fight. Chocolatito is now pushing the limits of how high he can go up. He's always going to be the naturally smaller guy. The good thing about this fight for him is that Rungvisai is the same size. So at this weight, you know, he gets. That's why Estrada is a good rematch for him. I think he can, especially with Estrada having so many issues with his hands, that he could easily win that rematch. He could easily win the Quadras rematch. It may be tough. It may be a tougher fight, but I still had him winning. I think 9-3 in the first time. Hey, it goes down 7-5. He still wins. 7-5. He can't say I need a third fight. Motherfucker, I beat you twice. You're done.
Yeah,
you're done.
pretty
You
much.
had 2 chances. No, and you know you get the Estrada rematch. You can easily win that fight. I think without taking too much damage. The Inoue fight, that's the one that's going to really. But if he does that, I mean, that would just solidify his number one. I mean, you retire undefeated, number one pound for pound. That's some shit, man. 5, and if he did it my way, 5 division titles. I mean,
and the crazy part about it is the, see those particular fighters right there. the way it's set up, that's the top tier. Like, you can't get no higher than them. Like, literally, you can't. Like, it's like, and for people who are boxing aficionados and they be like, yeah, he really went out. He beat, he beat, he beat, he beat. You know, there'll have to be some mythical creature coming from the ocean, you know, because I don't even want to bring up his name. He at that point he'll suffer from the Mayweather effect. Like, we can't even get a motherfucking in boxing. Let's get somebody else. Who's in the last great fighting scene? Get that motherfucker. They about the same. Get Tony Jaa out there. You know, Tony Jaa can kick his ass. Like, not in boxing though. And for all you who know kung fu movies, y'all know Tony Jaa. Don't play me. Don't play me.
I think and we'll see, because a lot of people have made the statement and think that maybe there was a lot taken out of him in the Quadras fight. I think he got banged up a lot, but I didn't see him getting beaten up. Like, he got banged up, you know. He didn't hang on at the end of that fight. Quadras was coming on strong, but go back. A lot of people gave Chocolatito 2 of the last 3 rounds. There were some people who gave 2 of the last 3 rounds to Quadras, but that's how it had evened up. Let's put it like that. That fight had evened up those last 3 rounds, but it wasn't to the point to where it was like he was hanging on. So I don't know how much was taken out of him. Who knows? He may have. He's reaching that age of 30 years old, and at that tiny weight, that's like the other fighters getting to 35, 36 years old. So he's getting to that point. And that's what I'm saying. If you're going to try to go out, you go out in style like what I said. You can do it within this year, next year. You're 31 years old. You've reached the limit, because anything past that, you're going to get beat, man. You might as well not. And that's not protecting an O. That's just going out with an O.
And this is the crazy thing about it, just in sports in general. 30 ain't what it used to be, for one. Like, you seeing people like, damn, they what? They still kicking that? Like, and let's take Bernard Hopkins out of this, you know? Look at Manny. Like, seriously? Like, he's 176 in boxing. But you know what? He's still faster than everybody. He's still putting people on the canvas. Like, that's scary. But on top of that, about the Quadras thing, right? Okay, he could have got something taken out of him by that fight. But on the opposite end of that, y'all could have just let his confidence go sky high. Like, I could beat the bigger guys too? Mm-hmm. I got lumped up, but I ain't going to get lumped up like that again. I know that. Because I just took on the big guy. I'm the little guy, and I gave him the business. Now he might look at it like, if I fight anybody my size or smaller, I'm beating the shit out of them. And he's a nice, humble guy. He won't say that publicly. But I know as soon as the bell rings, like, oh yeah, I'm kicking his ass. He shouldn't have never walked in this ring with me. Like, yeah. And be it that they're the same size, oh Lord.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's cut it off there. Got to cut it a little short. I had to get it in where I could this week. It's spring break for us. I don't know if it's spring break where you're at. Shit is a little hectic on spring break. You can follow us on Twitter, Cheap Seats Box, iTunes, rate and review. You can be the next unofficial sponsor. We will shout you out. That's what we do. That's how we do it. You can email us, cheapseatsboxing@gmail.com. Questions, comments, anything like that. If you want to go to the Patreon page, you can. Patreon.com/cheapseatsboxing if you guys want to donate. I don't think there's anything else. JP, you got anything, man?
If you are an adult and you're on spring break, go to your nearest park and watch the Aluminum State Warriors. They'll entertain the hell out of you. But this is where the fighters fight, the fans commentate.
And we do it just like you with the cheap seats, because we ain't buying no tickets, goddammit. Peace.
Again, I'll be the next heavyweight champion. Call me crazy, but no one can fake me. I'm the